Good evening and welcome back to the Mindful Model Maker making place. I don't know what you really want to call it, my den, whatever. What I'm going to do tonight, because obviously I've spent lots of time making things and all the rest, I just thought that I would buy what I would call a nice basic set at a really good price and just show it to you to see what you think, because I have tools that I've gathered over years and years and years, and so I've accrued loads of things. But obviously, if you're just getting into modelling, whatever, then you may not really have anything or kind of know even what to buy to start with. Well, I think one of the most important things, so this kit, I will put all the details in the description at the end. Okay, it was £19.99. It is made in China, but I will show you the things so you can judge for yourself. Okay, I don't prejudge. I have got lots of things, tools and various bits that come from China, and I get on quite well with them. I have purchased things that perhaps are not so good, but you just have to make your own decision. But I'm showing you what actually turned up yesterday in the post, which I ordered the day before. That's the good thing I like. It is on Amazon. I do like that because if there's something you really want, you don't have to wait for weeks and weeks for it to come. So there we are. So it was £19.99. It's Gundam models, which are kind of a futuristic kind of characters in China, but their tools that they use will be very good for making models of all descriptions, like we do. The name of it is 33 pieces altogether for £19.99. It's, I don't know how you pronounce it, Ussel, Aussel. So it might be just a Chinese translation, I've no idea. But anyway, I put all the bits in the description and then you can look and make your own mind up, which is always best. But I just want to show you. Right, so the first bit it comes with is an A4 cutting mat, all in a cellophane. I will take it out because I should use this kit on probably most of the things. It's very typical A4 mat. It's quite thick. You can see the thickness there, so it's quite a thick one. The various bits looks like in millimeters and everything all the way round, so you can use it to mark out. There are different bits. I don't really ever tend to use much of that, but I know some people do. So yeah, it's quite a nice mat. So that's the first thing I've got out of the box. Right, I'm just going to literally random do this. Now on them here, there are 3 pieces of this, which, or 4 by the looks of it. Yeah, no, 4. So it shows that I haven't really looked much at it. Right, 4 pieces. On the back it says silicon carbide, waterproof, abrasive paper, electro-coated. So to me, that's a wet and dry, which is very nice for getting a very nice fine finish on anything. Again, where would you buy that from now? If you wanted to get some wet and dry, all right, you can go on places like eBay, whatever, but it's come with 4 different grades in the box. So I'll put that there. Right, next item. I'm literally just randomly grabbing. Right, now the thing is, I had to have a proof of age when it came because it's got a knife in it, which is a good thing. And the guy did want to see my proof of age before he let me have the parcel. Another good thing. So it means that, because this is a very sharp type modelling knife, so it's an aluminium handle. It's got this quite thick protector on it. Now the good thing that I like about this, if you buy some of the cheap knives that I've seen in shops over here, this part, the collet bit where the blade goes in, so you unscrew that and then you slide the blade out, and it looks like it will take the standard X-Acto type blades. So if you've got some of them, a lot of the ones I've seen in this country, this bit here is plastic, and if you push down to cut something, I've had it where that bit just snaps. So it's made of aluminium, quite nice, and in there you've got a few blades actually. Let's see how many we got, shall we? So we've got one in it and 4 others in that little box. So 5 blades, okay? So I don't know how much you will pay for a decent one of these, but this doesn't look too bad. So that's the knife, and a really nice cover to go on there. Okay, so there we are. All aluminium, very nice. Right, next, what have we got? Right, we've got some tweezers here. You've got lots of Chinese writing, but also in the middle, you've got tweezers. And these are just different kinds. And I think they kind of pop out for a bit of the card here somewhere. This is the thing, sometimes it's getting into things that takes the time. So I don't know where my scissors are at the moment. I don't think they're... Oh, here we go. The perforations here are beginning to open up. So we'll just get through here. Open the back and pull that out. Right, there we are. There is a cap in there. But again, very nice, handy tweezers. And it also says in the write-up that they are non-magnetic as well. So there's nothing worse than if they do. Sometimes, like with things, you want them to be magnetic from when you're picking up a little screw or something. But another time, then when you're trying to let go of it, it won't let go, it sticks. So these are non-magnetic. So these are a bent type there. So it's curved there. And these are straight. I don't think there's any need for me to open them. And you've got the cap to go on the end to protect the points. 1, to protect them from getting blunt, and 2, to protect them stabbing yourself. So that just goes on there like that. Okay, so 2 tweezers there. Right, what else we got? Right, okay, now these things are quite good. They're something like what they use in the nail industry, but they're very good for rubbing things down. So this is a bit of a resin that I made yesterday, but again, you can smooth off with that, round it, and again it's a nice fine finish. Sometimes a file is a little bit on the coarse side, so you can use it on here. Very good for taking off little burrs and all the rest. So on here you've got 2 different grades, a very smooth and a more rough one. There's nothing on there, I think that's just that. But again, very useful pieces. So there's 2 of them. Tell a lie, actually, there's 3 of them. So this one's even more. No, I think it's actually the same. Yeah, there's 2 different grades on there. Yeah, so you've got 3 in all of those, which is quite good. Bearing in mind, this is just under £20. So I think that's very good. Right, now something else that I got. It looks to me as though this has come out of the nail industry, but it's in there, it's in the kit. There weren't batteries. I have put batteries in it because I wanted to know. Now, probably we'll know from this that that's what it was for. But, of course, there we are. So it shows a picture of somebody doing something to their fingernails on there. Right. But it doesn't matter about that. And perhaps the pink doesn't matter too much. It's not really going to worry me. But it's got pink on it. Right, so there are different things in there. Little... So it's kind of a very fine finish on that. So, and here it's got like diamond impregnated. Now I've tried it, so it's got a kind of a collet, which is like a clutch type one. You just put it in, and it goes like that. So let's have a look what we got. So I can just get this piece of this is resin, by the way. So that could be a handy tool for something that you want. So again, that's in the kit as well. So I'll just pull that out like that, and then you could just push whichever one you want in. It's as simple as that. Or you could do your nails if you wanted to. That's up to you. But there we are. But I think, yeah, looks definitely come out of the nail trade. But a lot of these things can be utilised for modelling, and so you've got yourself in a sense a kind of a little, you know, how much would one of them cost to buy just for you to use for filing something down with. Anyway, that's that bit. Right, next, what we got? Right, this is a block with different finishes on for rubbing down. It's got a piece of cellophane around it like that. So again, for rubbing down. These are the kind of up and coming things now, these blocks. You can get them all different shapes and sizes. And to be quite honest, I've started using them now. And I find they're very good. They're not very aggressive. And if you really want to start rubbing something down and getting a nice fine finish on it, then these are something that is good. All right, what we got next? Now, I found this was quite good. I haven't opened it, but I looked at it through the cellophane. I have got one, a pin drill, but pin drills are very useful. And also, not only do you get the pin drill, you get from a 0.8 up to a 3mm drill in there. So very handy. So if you're working on something, sometimes when I'm model making, you get holes in things that are not quite cleaned out. So it's just got a fully adjustable collet in there that you can just put your drill in. So yep, these slide out like that. So you can just grab your drill. I just grab a random drill bit that comes out, not worry which one it is. Anyone will do. Come on, I'll just take that right off then. That's it. Drill, open this up, push it in, and needs a bit more. That's it, that's the one. Okay. Then you tighten that. Then you've got the bit there where you can use it to twist, however, like that, to drill in whatever. So another thing. So don't forget, this was only £20, well, $19.99. And I think if you was to try and buy these parts separately, you would have spent that by now. So that's that, which again is handy. Drills and drill bits. Right, I'll put that back later. I'll just leave that for now so that I can carry on showing you the bits. Right, next in the box. Right, we have a steel rule. It's quite a thin one. I'm ripping it out of the packet because it seems, because it's so thin, it kind of sticks, but I don't really need the packet. But it's quite flexible, and sometimes that's quite handy if you've got to push something down. Now, the difference between a steel rule and a ruler. Okay, a steel rule starts its measurement right from the very end. Okay, so if you were butting up to something to make it, to measure, you will push that in. This isn't good because it doesn't go down to the end. Let me find something that does. Right, that does. Right, so if you want to measure, you can just push that to it and start your measurement. So if you were doing an inch from there, that's it, you push it. Now a ruler, like the type you used to use at school and for drawing and various things like that, has another little bit on the end, somewhere about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch before the measurement starts. And that's so it doesn't get damaged. But because this is steel, this is different. So if you're marking something out, you push that up and then you can mark. So if you've got to mark an inch, do it from there. And then if it's 2 inches, you can go from there to 2 inches. Whereas it's better than going from one place and then measuring from there another inch and then so on and so on. Because if there's any errors, they accumulate as you go along. So when you're measuring something, you should always start and take your measurements from a datum face. Pick the face you're going to use and take all the measurements from that one face. And that will cut down on the inaccuracies of your measuring. So anyway, it's got metric one side and imperial the other side. Okay, which quite nice and flexible as well, which is quite good. So I have got loads of steel rules of all different sizes and things. But again, quite handy if you haven't got one. That's quite a nice one to have. Right, then we get this little plastic box. So there we are, little plastic box. And right, so in there, first of all, we got another pair of straight tweezers and another pair of straight tweezers. So another 2 pairs, but there you go. It's lots of tweezers. Now these are really handy. These are what I use as sprue cutters. When you're cutting plastic from a model kit or something, I'll just get one. Well, I can just show you if you've never used one before. But right, here's a bit of an Airfix kit. If you want to cut that off, you can twist it off if you want, like the old way of doing it. But sometimes it takes a bit of plastic out. But if you put that like that, you can cut that off. So this is what I use. You can use these for kind of thin wire cutters as well. But I use them as sprue cutters, and they're good. Then all you need to do is nip that off with a file. I'll leave that there just in case you want. So again, another thing, I don't know what these are. I think if you go to Hobbycraft, they're around about £7 just a pair of those. Again, they feel quite sturdy, quite nice. It says that they're made in China. There we are. It tells you to wear safety glasses. I suppose if you're cutting wire, it could ping off as you cut it. So we have a flat bladed screwdriver. This, I'm not quite sure what that is. It might be something that I think it's a guide for when you're cutting. You can put that down and cut along. I use a safety ruler when I'm cutting anything where it likes to slip. And lo and behold, guess what else we got here? We have got yet another pair of tweezers. But there we are. So we've got quite a few tweezers in the kit. But these are nice and these look good. These are diamond files. Okay, you've got 5 in there, and I've had some of these for years, and they really are good for, say, cleaning the little burr off the end there. So I just use that, rub it down a little bit like that, and then that's when you can get one of these blocks and then just rub it down a little bit more. Very nice. Now that is pretty perfect on there. So we've come a long way now using these things. But again, I suppose that's down to the nail industry, because a lot of this is used by women to file their nails up and all the rest. But utilising it again for model making, which I think is very useful. So there we are. A really nice set. So you've got this flat one. This is, I think, yeah, flat on one side, oval on the other side. Then you've got a triangular one, a square, and a round one. Again, the round one can be handy if you've got, when you're modelling, sometimes on like this buffer beam here, and you need to just give it a little open out to get the buffers in. Things like that, just give it a little twist and that will just clean it out. I know it's tapered, but you can turn it the other way and get the other half by doing it like that. If not, you can use the little drill that you got, not the electric one but the other one, and that will do that. So how much is a set of these files? Well, the last set, the ones I bought, I think were more than £20 for a set of those, but there we are. So they're good. Right, got another screwdriver, which is a Phillips type screwdriver. So you've got 2 little screwdrivers. Sometimes you've got things with batteries in, and to get into the compartment you need to open. And then you've got, again, it says on there, model specific tool, but again, they are kind of nail files, but they are very good for what we need in modelling, because a lot of the time we're just rubbing down, we're taking off burrs because of where things are moulded and making it clean and good, so that when we paint it, you've got a really nice finish to paint too. So again, it's nice to just give that a little clean on there. There we go. And they're so nice to use. And you can see where it's done it on there. Yeah, and it just leaves a nice finish for you to paint. And obviously, the better you can make your model look before you paint it, then obviously the better it is. In the old days when we didn't really clean anything up, we just broke it off of the sprue, put glue on it, stuck it together, and that was it. But now we can refine things so much more. So anyway, this is what I got for the 1999 and I ordered it Saturday. Yeah, I ordered it Saturday, and it came on Sunday. So I actually delivered it on the Sunday. So you've got quite a few things in there. Like I say, things like this are what I find very handy. The screw cutters, tweezers. Yeah, I've got lots of tweezers of my own, different types that work the opposite way, all sorts. You can never really have enough, because while you're working on something, you think, oh, quick, I need that to do that. So, yes. So all in all, I believe this is good value for money. And the knife and the little drill and the sprue cutters would amount, I think if you went to one of their shops, you would have spent the best part of nearly £20 just on those 3 items. And you've got all these other bits to go with it. So if you haven't got any tools, you also get the little box. You can't get all of it in, but it's a start to protect. If you're going out somewhere, you can put all the little bits in there that you want, and it will keep it safe while you're traveling as well. So yes, very good. And don't forget, you've got the cutting mat. So there we are. But you've got to draw your own conclusion, but I think it's well worth the money. So like I said, if you like this type of thing that I'm doing, then please give me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. It's entirely up to you. If you want to comment on anything, then please get the comment, because I will always reply. And like I say, all the details of this kit will be in the description, so that if you want to just go online and look at it, you can, or if you want to purchase, you can. It's entirely up to you. You make your own decision. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye now.